Alright guys and girls, welcome to another episode of Astral Auto Repairs. Yeah, can you dig it? Alright guys, check it out. Behind me I got a 2007 Nissan Altima, and the customer's complaint, which is my complaint, is the seat does not work properly. Alright, let's find out what's going on. Coming up on Astral Auto Repairs. This channel is a member of the Astral Stars, which means we have a zero tolerance policy against the harassment of others. Anybody who violates that policy will be banned. For further information, please visit www.theastralstars.com. Alright guys, check it out. Now your car might be a little different. One of your features may not be working different than mine. This one, I cannot go front or back. Everything else, that's the tilt back and forth. Everything else works fine. So I'm going to show you guys how to go about doing a test to find out whether it's one of the motors or is it the switch. I don't know. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, the first thing we need to do, we need to get to the wiring harness behind this cover right here. So we need to get back there. So the first thing you want to do is grab you a pair of door panel pry bars, plastic pry bars, and you want to pop these buttons right off. They come right off of there. So what you want to do is just put something, just go between there and pop it right off just like that. And then this one, pop it right off just like that. Alright, that looks great. Now the next thing, looks, here are our buttons. This is the one that's not working forward and backwards. So we're going to find out whether it's the switch or the motor. The next thing you want to do, guys, is grab you a Phillips screwdriver. Grab you a Phillips screwdriver, get to the back of this seat. Go in the back door, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do next. Alright? We'll be right back. Alright, guys, right now we're in the back seat. Here's the back of the front seat. And you got this flap back here. Just take this flap, and it just pulls right out of there. You can just take it like this and pull that out. And what you're going to be looking for, move that to the side, right there is a Phillips screw. So you take your Phillips screwdriver and take that screw out. Alright, let's get that screw out and we'll be right back. Alright guys, got the screw out. And as you can see, this cover now will flop out a little bit. Alright, now let's get back to the front. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, we got the screw out. Now you're going to have a little clip right in this area somewhere. And you're just going to pop this off. You might have to take a pry bar or something. Pop that off. And the clip came off. And also this. Also, see how it's got two slots right here that go into this thing. Wow, this is broken too. Look like it was burnt. Like something got hot. Well, that's because the plastic bent. You gotta check that. Might be the motor then. Alright, we got the switch right here. So now what you want to do is you're gonna see 5 clips. You got good lighting?
Yep, I see.
But we're only going to be worried about 1, 2, and 3. Then what you're going to do is take your finger or a little screwdriver, just pick up on it just a little bit while holding the switch back. Like, okay, there's 1, 2, 3. There might be some on the other side, but I'm going to try to get this out of here. Alright, it's not going to work. Let's turn this. Try to turn this thing over. Man, this sucks. You know what? Hold on. Let's unplug it. See this tab right here, guys? We're gonna squeeze this tab into the connector and unplug it. There we go. Now let's turn it over, and there's the other three. So we got one. Might be better to just use a little screwdriver or something. 2 and 3. Alright, now to do this, guys, what we're going to have to do is take some of this tape back. So, go ahead and maybe get a little razor blade and cut this back. And then we're going to, well, we can plug this back up now. Alright, so let's get us a razor blade and cut some of this back. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, we took the razor blade, spliced some of this electrical tape back. Now for the wiring. Now if we go up a little bit, we're going to go to our whiteboard. Now guys, if your sliding part don't work, you're going to be working with the brown and the white. If your reclining part don't work, you're going to be working with the light green with green. Light green and green. Front lift, the front of it lifted up, you're going to be working with the purple and orange. The rear lift, you're going to be working with the yellow and blue. Now, there is going to be a red with yellow wire. That's going to be positive, and the black is ground. Now, why is there two wires? Now, guys, this is kind of, you're going to find this a lot on window switches especially. Neither one of these is positive, but yet both of them is positive. Neither one is negative, but yet both of them is negative. What do I mean by that? Now, say if you want to slide the seat forward. That means there we're going to be a positive going here, or maybe a negative. But let's say positive here and negative here. When you want to go backwards, it's going to switch. This is now going to be negative, and this is going to be positive. Depending on the polarity going to that motor, is what that motor is going to do. So, here's what we're going to do, guys. We're working with the brown and the white, because we know those are the two don't work. And if you look right over there, there's your... Now, we don't have to test positive. We don't have to test to see if the thing is getting positive. There's the red with the yellow, because the rest don't work. So we not it. We got it. We don't have to go over here, and here's our black one, which is ground. We don't have to test that, because the other features work. So, what you're going to do now, guys... Yeah. You can get a test light, and a test light will work to an extent, but I need you guys to definitely go online, get a power probe. Used, I don't care, just get yourself a power probe. It don't have to be expensive. The new ones in Power Probe 4 or 200, whatever they're up to. Just get yourself a power probe. So let me get my power probe, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, here's your power probe right here, and it comes with, got two alligator clips on it, one for positive and one for negative. Now what you're going to do is hook it up. I'm just going to show you real quick, guys, how important it is to have one of these. Okay, it's on now. Now, here's going to be a power probe. You're going to have a little toggle switch right here. Then you have a little point right here. Now right now, I can use this point as like a test light. If I go to ground, it lights up green, and there's a negative sign over there. If I go over to positive, it lights up positive. Now this one tells me the voltage also, but you don't need that. Now, how is it going to be tested? I can go back there now using this toggle switch. If I pull this toggle switch, and you can actually see it, they don't have it imprinted pretty well. You can see a positive sign right there on each side. And then down here you see a negative sign. So if I push this toggle switch forward, there's 12 volts right here, right now. If I swing it back, it's now a ground. And it also comes with a little ground clip. Alright, so we're going to go back there, and we're going to be able to test this motor and operate the motor if it's good, and just by doing this instead of a regular test light. Alright, let's get back to the seat, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, real simple. Okay, we know we're working with brown and white. So we're going to go over here to our current probe, power probe, and we're looking at the white, and there's the brown. So I'll tell you what, this is how we're going to do with a test light. We'll see, no, a test light wouldn't work like this. Put this in here. Now we got, it's grounded. Now when I go take this switch, either go forward or backward, that should turn red. Go back. It did. That sucked. Let's go to the white one. Now, when I go back, it's not going to turn red because the other one will. Now, when I go forward, it'll turn red. That sucks. That really sucks, guys. See that? Now, when I go back, that should stay ground. Which it did. So, what's that telling me, Sylvia?
The motor's no good.
Yeah. Alright, guys. So, now, here's a problem, guys. Because now, sometimes the position of the seat will not allow you to take that seat up. Hopefully, we can. So, let's see, look up under here. Right, I see there's two bolts, two nuts right here. And then in the back, no, but we need to take up the whole track. So let's see here. Let's see. We got a little cover right here. Let's see if this cover pops, slides off. Yeah, there we go. We have a bolt right here. Now the problem with this bolt, guys, look how close this is. Look how close that bolt is to that. So hopefully that bolt can come up and just clear that just enough to come out. And then we gotta go look at the back ones. So I'm gonna get this stuff all cleaned up, get it out the way, and then we're gonna take a look at the other three. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys, you notice Sylvia was just saying, is that the motor right there? This thing has about 3 motors for each one, but this one actually looks like it's going into this track, so it might be it. We got 2 10mm bolts here. I got it. All right, let's see if we can look up under the seat and see if that motor has the brown and the white wire going to it. All right, let's go to the back seat, guys. Get up under the seat and look at it. We'll be right back. All right, guys, you're looking up under the seat right now, and I'm on the other side of the vehicle. Yeah, that's it. That's the brown. Let me see. Get up under there and point to it.
Adjust my lighting a little bit. Hold on. Because that light made it a little bit too bright.
Okay, we can see that is the brown wire and the white wire, and here's the motor. Is
that plug right? Because
yeah, the plug is right.
It looks like it's sticking out a little bit.
What the heck are you talking about, sir?
You see the clip? Isn't the clip supposed to be in more?
No, that's how it is.
Okay.
All right, so now we're gonna have
You want to check it? Okay, but just saying.
Fine. I can't even hardly see up under there.
Well, that's not my problem. What? See, it don't look right.
Yeah. Holy cow, how the heck? There's no way how did this thing get unplugged? I mean,
you did it on purpose.
Somebody gotta have some. What the heck she talking about? All right, guys, unbelievable. Let's go try this seat, guys. We'll be right back. All right, guys, let's try this out.
Oh, I fixed it.
I took all this apart for nothing. This is.
Anywho, if it is your motor, I guess you gotta take that out and change it.
Yeah, but at least, hey, you got all this information, so I guess I can put all this back together. Cause listen, yeah, it sure is. I just wasted some money. Time.
What?
I just wasted some money.
You don't waste money.
Time is money.
You saved money.
Time is money.
Or rather, I saved you money.
Alright, guys, there you have it. Now just put it all back together. Alright, I'll be right back.
Today we had a 2007 Nissan Altima, and we showed you how to check your power seats if they're not working. I guess one good thing you can get out of this is if part of the switches aren't working, check under the seat, make sure everything's plugged up before you start taking things apart and checking and replacing things.
Yeah, that's a good tip.
Yeah. If you guys have any comments or questions, you can post it below in the comment section, or you can email Timmy at tim@AstralAutoRepairs.com. Hope you paid attention. If not, watch it again. This is Sylvia from Astral Auto Repairs. If we can't repair it, nobody can. See you next time.